Welcome to this deep dive on the SAP SD Pricing Procedure. If you want to master pricing in SAP, this is the most important concept you must understand. Pricing procedure controls how SAP calculates the final price of a sales order or billing document. It tells SAP which condition types to use, in which order, and how each value should behave during pricing. Whether it's a basic price, a discount, a surcharge, tax, or freight. Everything follows the pricing procedure rules. In real SAP projects, pricing issues are among the top 3 reasons for customer complaints. So knowing this topic makes you immediately more valuable as a consultant. In this video, we will break it down step by step. How pricing procedures work, how they're determined, key configuration steps, and a real project scenario. Let's start with the building blocks. Part 2. To understand the pricing procedure, you first need to understand the condition technique. This is the engine behind all pricing in SAP SD. The condition technique is made of 4 key components. Number 1, condition types. These represent individual pricing elements. For example, PR00 for base price, K004 for discounts, KF00 for freight, MWST for taxes. Each condition type has its own calculation rules. Number 2, condition tables. These store possible combinations of fields for price determination. For example, customer plus material, material group plus sales org, or only material. Number 3, access sequence. An access sequence tells SAP where to search for the price. For example, first check a price specific to the customer and material. If not found, then check a general price. This creates hierarchical pricing. Number 4, pricing procedure. This is the master list, the structure, that combines condition types in the correct calculation order. It controls subtotals, statistical values, tax calculations, and the final value of the document. All these elements together form the complete pricing logic. Part 3. Now we move to the heart of SAP SD pricing, the pricing procedure itself. If you understand this chapter, you understand real-world pricing in SAP. A pricing procedure is more than a simple list. It is the full pricing logic that SAP follows to determine the final amount a customer will pay. Every step, every subtotal, every discount, every tax, is controlled inside this procedure. Let's break down the major elements inside a pricing procedure in detail. 1. Step and counter structure. Each line in the procedure starts with a step number and an optional counter. Step defines the main order of calculation. Counter allows multiple condition types within the same step. For example, Step 10, PR00 base price. Step 20, discounts. Step 30, freight. Step 40, taxes. This structure ensures SAP calculates values in the correct sequence. 2. Condition types. In the procedure, every pricing element appears as a condition type. Some of the most common ones include PR00, base price K004, material discount K007, customer discount KF00, freight MWST, output tax, VPRS, cost of goods sold, SKTO, cash discount. These condition types behave differently depending on configuration. 3. From and to fields, subtotals logic. These fields allow SAP to group values and store them temporarily. For example, you may want SAP to calculate subtotal 1 as base price minus discounts. Then subtotal 2 may include freight. Subtotal 3 may be used for calculating tax. This structure allows flexible pricing, even in complex scenarios. 4. Requirement routines, logic conditions. A requirement checks whether a condition type should be applied. This is written in ABAP and controls logic such as apply this discount only if the customer belongs to Group A. Apply this freight only if the material belongs to a certain group. Calculate tax only if the customer is taxable. Exclude a condition for free of charge items. Requirements prevent SAP from applying conditions universally. 5. Calculation formulas, pricing formulas. Formulas allow SAP to adjust calculations dynamically. Some typical examples: routines for tax calculation, routines for distributing freight proportionally, routines for group-level discounts, routines that override default percentage or amount logic. These formulas create powerful flexibility for complex pricing models. 6. Statistical indicator. A statistical condition does not change the final price. It appears in the pricing screen but does not affect net value. Examples of statistical conditions: profit margin, internal freight cost, cost of goods sold, rebate basis values, reporting-only conditions. Statistical conditions are essential in real-world reporting. 7. Condition class and calculation type. Every condition type in the procedure belongs to a condition class, such as price discount, freight tax cost, cash discount. The calculation type defines whether the condition is a percentage, a fixed amount, a quantity-based value, a formula-based value 8. How SAP reads the pricing procedure. During sales order creation, when a user creates a sales order, SAP automatically determines the pricing procedure using sales area, customer pricing procedure, document pricing procedure. Once the correct procedure is found, SAP reads each line in order, checks requirements, reads condition records via the access sequence, calculates subtotals, applies taxes, applies rounding, and finally produces the net value. This is the complete end-to-end pricing engine. 9. Real project example. Let me give you a simple real-life scenario. A company sells laptops with base price customer discount freight charge, 18% VAT. Their pricing procedure might look like this: 10, PR0020, K00730, KF0040, subtotal 50, MWST60, net value. This simple structure already shows how SAP layers pricing one step at a time. A well-designed pricing procedure ensures accurate pricing, easy troubleshooting, and a consistent customer experience. Part 4. Now that we know what a pricing procedure is, let's look at a very important question. How does SAP decide which pricing procedure to use? SAP uses something called pricing procedure determination. This determination is based on 3 key elements. 1. Sales area. This includes sales organization distribution channel division. Different sales areas can use different pricing procedures. For example, domestic and international pricing may require separate logic. 2. Customer pricing procedure, CPP. This comes from the customer master. Common values include 1. Standard 2. Discount customer 3. Wholesale customer. This tells SAP what type of customer you're dealing with. 3. Document pricing procedure, DPP. This comes from the sales order type. For example, A. Standard order, B. Credit memo, C. Debit memo. Document types can require very different pricing behavior. SAP combines these 3 fields: sales area customer pricing procedure. Document pricing procedure equals pricing procedure. Key: using this key, SAP looks up the correct pricing procedure in configuration. Why is this important in real projects? Because most pricing errors happen when customer pricing procedure is missing, document pricing procedure is incorrect, the wrong sales area is used, the pricing procedure is not assigned in customizing. So when pricing does not appear in a sales order, the first place you check is pricing procedure determination. Once SAP finds the correct pricing procedure, it loads the full pricing logic we discussed earlier. Part 5. Now let's walk through the configuration steps of a pricing procedure. This is the part every SAP SD consultant must understand, because it's where pricing logic is actually built. There are 5 key configuration steps in creating a pricing procedure. 1. Define condition types. Before you start the procedure itself, the individual pricing elements must exist. These include prices, discounts, surcharges, freight, taxes, and statistical conditions. Each condition type has a calculation type, a condition class, and controls like scale basis and rounding rules. 2. Assign access sequences. Access sequences tell SAP where to search for pricing data. For example, customer/material. Specific price first, then general price, then fallback price. This creates flexible and predictable pricing behavior. 3. Create the pricing procedure. This is where everything comes together. You insert condition types in the correct calculation order. For each line, you define step counter subtotals, requirement routines, calculation routines, statistical indicator. The goal is a clean, logical, transparent structure. 4. Assign the pricing procedure to the sales area. This step connects your procedure to business usage. You assign sales area plus document pricing procedure plus customer pricing procedure to the correct pricing procedure key. Without this assignment, pricing will not appear in sales orders. 5. Test in a sales order configuration means nothing without validation. After setup, create a sales order and check. Are condition types appearing correctly? Are discounts applied? Are subtotals calculated as expected? Is tax determined properly? Does the net value match business requirements? This testing step reveals most gaps in access sequences or requirement logic. A well-configured pricing procedure is clean, predictable, and easy to troubleshoot. And this is exactly what companies expect from an SAP SD consultant. Part 6. In real SAP projects, pricing issues are one of the most frequent problems reported by business users. Understanding how to troubleshoot them makes you stand out immediately as a strong SD consultant. Let's look at the most common pricing issues and how to resolve them quickly. 1. Missing pricing procedure in sales order. If condition types do not appear at all, the cause is usually incorrect pricing procedure determination. Check. Customer pricing procedure in the customer master. Document pricing procedure in the order type assignment for the sales area. One mismatch here and pricing disappears completely. 2. Condition type not found. When a single pricing element, like a discount or surcharge, is missing, check the access sequence. Most often, no condition record exists. Wrong condition table fields. Key fields don't match the sales order data. A quick VK13 check usually reveals the issue. 3. Incorrect subtotals or wrong net price. This happens when the from to fields in the pricing procedure are incorrect. The fix is usually a small adjustment to the subtotal logic. 4. Tax not calculating common causes include incorrect tax classification in customer master, incorrect tax classification in material master, missing condition record for MWST, incorrect tax determination rules. Tax issues are always tied to master data or missing condition records. 5. Pricing. Not copying to billing. This is a classic. The root cause is usually copy control between sales order, billing. Check. Pricing type and copy control. Item category relevance for billing requirement routines. If copy control is wrong, your billing document will not match the sales order. 6. Unexpected pricing appears. If SAP applies a discount or surcharge that shouldn't appear, the cause is usually incorrect requirement routine, incorrect condition, exclusion logic, validity period overlaps, customer-specific pricing still active, cleaning up condition records is key. In every scenario, pricing troubleshooting follows a simple rule. Check determination, check condition record, check procedure, check copy control. This structured approach solves 90% of pricing issues. Part 7. To bring everything together, let's walk through a real project pricing scenario exactly as it happens in SAP SD. Imagine a company selling industrial machines. Their pricing structure includes a base price, a customer-specific discount, a surcharged freight fee, and sales tax. Here's how SAP processes this step by step. 1. Sales order creation, VA01. A customer orders one machine. SAP immediately determines the correct pricing procedure using sales area, customer pricing procedure, document pricing procedure. Then SAP loads all relevant condition types into the pricing screen. 2. Base price determination, PR00. SAP searches for the correct price using the access sequence. It checks customer material-specific price first, and if not found, it falls back to the general material price. The base price appears automatically. 3. Discount application, K007 or customer discount. If the customer is eligible for a percentage discount, SAP applies it only if requirement routines evaluate to true. The discount is subtracted from the base price and the subtotal is updated. 4. Freight charge, KF00 or ZFRT. Freight conditions appear based on material group, shipping point, or pricing rules. The freight is added to the subtotal. 5. Tax calculation, MWST. SAP determines the tax rate using customer tax classification, material tax classification, country tax rules. Tax is applied to the correct subtotal, not just the base price. 6. Net value calculation. SAP now adds everything up. Base price minus discounts plus freight plus tax equals final net value displayed in the order. This final amount is exactly what the customer will pay. Why this matters in real projects? Because pricing is always one of the most visible areas for the customer. Small pricing errors directly impact revenue and customer satisfaction. A consultant who understands pricing procedure logic can quickly solve problems and becomes extremely valuable in SAP SD teams. Outro. If this video helped you understand SAP SD pricing procedures, hit the like button, subscribe to SAP iFi Academy, and comment below which pricing topic you want to see next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next deep dive.